Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you and reviewing the first expansion set from the Star Wars CCG, which was A New Hope. This was released in July of 1996, so it was roughly 6 months after the release of the premiere set. I can't remember where the white border set came in. I can't remember if it was after New Hope or before New Hope. But this was the first set with brand new cards in. It completed missing cards like Chewbacca and R2-D2 that weren't in the first set. So it was a real welcome addition to see these new cards, and it was my first experience of a Star Wars CCG expansion set. So this is the booster pack. It had some nice pictures on. Obviously it had R2-D2 and Chewbacca on. It had Leia on the front, I'm not sure why. Because there wasn't a new Leia in this set. So this is the back of the pack. It's got 162 cards in this set, so the same as Hoth, and I think after Hoth it changed to 180, and they reduced the pack size from 15 cards down to 9. But this is one of the first ones, so it's got 15 cards in this expansion set. So yeah, that's the booster pack. Nice design again. Then we have the rule supplement. So this came in the box of cards. I didn't buy this originally from a box. I got it separately years later, probably on eBay or somewhere. Maybe from a hobby shop as well, I can't remember. This is the first rule supplement they ever released for the Star Wars CCG because it was the first expansion. Obviously the first premiere set had the rule book from the starter set. So this just clarified a few of the rules. It brought in new types of cards like the immediate effect, used or lost interrupts. I think that was new. Multiple destiny numbers, that was on R2-D2. So yeah, there was a few rules they introduced. They introduced undercover cards, so undercover spies in this set. Capturing characters, it was very rudimentary back when this set came out. They sort of revised it later on, but there was basic capturing. Creatures were introduced in this set with the Dinoga from Death Star. Other clarifications on specific cards like Brainiac, Squadrons, that was a new card they released in this set. They didn't really do many Squadrons throughout the years, just basic X-Wing, Y-Wing ones really. 7 cooler interiors, so it was the first sort of sights for vehicles, so vehicle sights. That was a new thing in this set. They did the like holo sight cards as well in this, like the holo tables. That was new. Bluff rules. Death Star system was introduced in this set, so that was sort of a missing card as well from the premiere set, the Death Star. Epic events, that was new as well. So they really introduced a lot of new things with New Hope quite early on in the game really. But the game kind of needed fleshing out a little bit from the premiere set. It was a little basic in the premiere set. So that's the card list on the back of the rule sheet. Yeah, so that's the New Hope rules supplement. Then we have the banner poster for New Hope. So on the back of it, you've got the card list, same as the rule supplement. And then we have the actual banner poster. So it's based in the Cantina. And it's got a nice montage of characters from the Cantina, including Obi-Wan Kenobi there. And the Bith music group there, and Greedo at the bottom. So a nice banner poster there. And then we get the actual cards. So we start off with the aliens, as we did with the other sets. So a couple from the Cantina. Then we have Chewbacca, who is an alien and a rebel. So he's like dual affiliation kind of thing. So it's a nice addition to have Chewbacca. Then we have some more aliens from Tatooine and the Cantina, another Jawa. Then more aliens. Then we get onto the droids. So there's the appearance of R2-D2. He's got a variable destiny number, 2 or 5. You just choose, I think, which one you want. He's got this really nice game text. I did like using this game text. When you're at a scomp link and your opponent draws destiny, you can check what the number is of their destiny and do a task. So 1 to 3 may activate one force, 4 to 6 may draw the top card from your reserve deck. So I enjoyed that mechanic, I remember. We also get R5D4, the little droid who blew himself up. So R2D2 could stay with C3PO there. Then we move on to the Rebels. So you get a couple of faces we didn't get in the Premiere set, like Commander Willard. And some Rebel text from the War Room. You've got a couple of pilots. So you've got the original like Wedge Antilles and Tyree who flew one of the Gold Y-Wing Squadron ships. Then we have some devices. We have a magnetic suction tube, that was cool, that attached to your sound crawler and you could like suck up characters. A couple more devices, then we move on to the effects. So I don't really remember using many of those effects. I think I did dabble with Undercover for a bit, using spies. Leia was a spy, I think, the original Leia Organa card, so it was interesting using that with her. I did like this card, mainly because it was a quote from Uncle Owen, but I don't think I used it in the game much, but I did like that card. We get our first light side epic event, which is attack run, so you can attempt to blow up the Death Star, which was really interesting. The mechanic of it all, again, you had to have lots of different cards to make that work properly. I don't know I think I may have done it once, I can't really remember. I think I remember trying lots of times but not actually completing it. So I think I just gave up in the end and just tailored my decks to something else, because you kind of had to base your whole deck around attack run to get it to work. And then we'll get on to the interrupt cards. Blue Milk was one of my favourite cards. It's a basic card, but it just let you activate force and stuff. But I liked using it. More interrupts. There weren't too many in this set, which was good. There were a couple of rare ones though. We move on to the locations. So you get the Death Star Trench, which is cool here. This is the hollow table I was talking about earlier. You use these characters, which are interrupts, on your hollow table to battle and things. I think I didn't really use that mechanic much, so can't remember much about it. More locations. You've got the sound crawler up there, the sound crawler loading bay. I did try and use that if I could. It was just, again, like Jabba's sail barge, it was hard to get both out at the same time for them to be useful. A couple more Yavin Foresights, which was always welcome. A few less Tatooine ones. Didn't get any Tatooine ones in this expansion because the Premiere set was very Tatooine based. This was more geared towards Yavin 4 and like the attack run kind of scenario. So you get some more ships, so you get another Y-Wing and a couple of X-Wings, and you do get Luke's X-Wing Red 5, which was nice. That was missing from the Premiere set. Also missing from the Premiere set was Princess Leia's ship, the Tantive 4, from the beginning of the movie. So I was really happy to get that. That was my favourite cards from the set because I love that ship so much. So I was really happy to get that rare card. We also get a light side Bantha, which was interesting. I do like the Tusken Raiders and Banthas, so it was nice having a Bantha I could use on the light side. I liked using this weapon as well. It wasn't the best because it was a -1 weapon, but I enjoyed using that just because it was like Luke's and it was based in Luke's homestead, which is an era of the movie I liked. I did get a Motti Seeker, that was rubbish. I hate Seekers. And then we move on to the dark side cards. So again, lots of Cantina aliens. Greedo makes his appearance. He was missing from the Premiere set as well. But lots of nice new Cantina aliens. Another Tusken Raider, which was nice. You also got the interrogation droid from the Death Star, so that was a nice card. So it was literally filling in the gaps from the premiere set that they hadn't released already. You got a dark side undercover droid. I can't remember really what the significance of using that was. But it was an interesting card to have. Then we move on to the Imperial cards. So again, geared towards blowing up planets for the dark side, for the Death Star. So you've got Death Star gunners. You had to have a few of those to be successful to blow up planets and things. A couple of other missing faces from Imperials that were on the screen. Got the Sand Troopers that were on Tatooine. We also got the trooper that came into the cantina. The Dianoga creature. Creatures were new in this set. I don't think I really used that much. Again, a few more devices, not very useful ones. I remember getting that card a few times as a duplicate. Tractor beam, I think I tried using that, I can't remember. Besieged, I did try and get that to work as well a few times, but it was hard to capture a starship and get this out and get enough characters to battle and things. So it was another mechanic you just needed to have everything fall into place to use. Got some more effects. I think I liked using this, Crate Dragon Bones. I can't remember if there was a light side version of this, but I do like these gambling type cards. So it's similar to R2-D2, if your opponent draws Destiny, you do what it says depending on what the number is. So I did like using that as like a little gambling thing. Spice Mines of Kessel is the last card I needed to complete the set. I literally only got that a couple of weeks ago, so that's the card that completed my set, which was nice. Then we have more effects. Again, Uncle Owen card, They'll Be Hell to Pay, similar to the other Uncle Owen card I showed you earlier in the light side. I liked the card, but I never used it in the game. Then we get the Dark Side Epic event, which is Commence Primary Ignition. So you could try and blow up a planet, which was really an amazing mechanic in the game for the Death Star. I did blow up planets. I do remember blowing up planets. I think I managed to blow away, it's usually Yavin 4 or Hoth. I definitely remember blowing up Hoth once because I just remember that absolutely devastating my opponent. Because I think you have to lose force and things. Well, you obviously have to lose the planet and all the characters on the planet and everything when it blows up. I can't remember if you have to lose force as well, but I just remember that won me the game, basically, blowing up Hoth. If I'd played the game a lot later on, like with Endor and stuff, I'd have tried to blow up Endor. That would have been quite a nice thing to do. But by that time, you kind of steered away from blowing up planets with the Death Star, because obviously by that time it had been out a couple of years and you just wanted to use different cards. Then we get onto the interrupt cards. Again, I can't remember many of these being very useful. I think I used that quite a lot because I did use Tusken Raiders in my deck. Can't remember. That was quite a nice card as well. I think I used that as well in the game, and this card was definitely useful because it allowed you to capture people. So I had 2 or 3 in my deck when I was capturing people. So yeah, that was one of my favourite cards. It's one of my favourite common card anyway from this set. Death Star system for the dark side. The light side did get a version of this. I think it was in the special edition set. You got the conference room from Death Star, that was missing from the premiere set as well. More locations. You've got a dark side sandcrawler. Got another Star Destroyer as well. Then the last page, some vehicles and some weapons, including the super laser, which you needed to use to blow up planets with the Death Star. So again, that was a mechanic you needed lots of different cards to make it work, but as I said, I did make it work a couple of times. So yeah, that's the New Hope set. Do you have memories of this coming out back in 1996? I was 16, just turned 16 when this came out. So I enjoyed collecting this. It was nice to have a new expansion with new cards to use, not just the premiere set anymore. Again, it was still restricted just to A New Hope movie, but obviously the Hoth set was coming out later in the year, and that brought in Empire Strikes Back cards. So thanks for watching everyone. Please subscribe to my channel to see my future videos, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, bye.